The mercenary myth, why Ancap, private defense, depends on government law. Anarcho-capitalists frequently point to private defense firms, such as private security companies or arbitration organizations, as proof that protection services can exist in a stateless market. But this claim is built on a foundational sleight of hand. These firms do not operate in anarcho-capitalist conditions. They exist within government-regulated legal systems that explicitly forbid the behavior anarcho-capitalism would incentivize. The key legal constraint is this: a defense firm cannot accept a contract from an aggressor. The state enforces laws against murder, theft, contract killing, and illegal eviction. This ensures that private security companies cannot simply be hired by the highest bidder to carry out violence or property seizures. In other words, the only reason a private defense firm doesn't become a mafia for hire is because the government stops it from doing so. This creates a fatal contradiction in Ancap reasoning. They point to these firms as examples of market solutions, yet the very moral restraint these firms exhibit is not the result of market forces, it is the result of legal prohibitions. If the state were removed, as Ancaps propose, what would stop these firms from doing what markets do best, responding to incentives? In a true stateless system, nothing prevents a defense firm from accepting a higher bid from an aggressor. A wealthy cartel could outbid a farmer for the right to his land. A corporation could pay mercenaries to enforce a fabricated contract. Without a legal standard imposed from above, all that remains is the logic of the auction: whoever bids higher controls the outcome. Ancaps imagine a world where property rights are sacred, yet they remove the only mechanism that protects them from auction to the highest bidder. They denounce government, but rely on its laws to point to the viability of their preferred institutions. It is as if they admire the restraint of a tiger in a cage, and then argue the tiger will remain just as tame once the cage is gone. The truth is simple: private defense firms only work the way Ancaps imagine because the state tells them who they can and cannot defend. Remove that constraint, and they revert to what they are: mercenaries. And in a world of mercenaries, rights are just discounted bids waiting to be outbid.